Welcome, everyone, to our third episode in our exciting new series, Engaging Voices. And I'm really excited to have this person with us today. I think he's going to share a lot of insight into some exciting new features that Engagez has going on. Again, I'm Matt. I'm a digital content creator slash marketer. And I've been working with Engagez for about a year now. And I'm just so impressed with everything they put out there. I'm so excited to chat more with Michael today. Michael, can you introduce yourself for us?
Sure, absolutely. Thanks, Maddie. And just so everybody knows, Maddie used to be a client and then we stole her and she's working with us now, but she has some great experience on the platform. So I'm Michael Doyle and I'm in charge of the customer success here at Engagez. And quick background on me, I've been producing virtual hybrid events and other online types of programs since about 2000 or so. And I had started the Virtual Edge Institute back in 2008 and then created the Digital Event Strategist Certification and Training Program. Both of those now reside at PC. They acquired both of those around 2010. So I have a lot of experience in this space.
As you guys can see, Michael has been within this virtual space before it was cool back in 2020. And we were all like, oh my goodness. And some people, even before 2020, there's been kind of ups and downs in the event industry. Michael has written a lot of great pieces about that. We'll make sure to link that in the text of our vlog for anyone who is interested in exploring more insights from Michael. But today I want to talk to him about some exciting new features that we can utilize with Engagez. Michael, can you chat with us a little bit about certificates and badges?
Sure. One of the things that we wanted to do was really increase more of our engagement around hybrid events. And so certificates and badging are the sore spot for event organizers, whether they're virtual events or hybrid, especially with certification. That can always be a little bit of an area where, it's hard to find a good solution for it. So we've actually created both of those. And I'll just go ahead and real quickly show you what those look like and how easy those are to use. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen over here, and we're going to take a look at how you set up some of these features real quick. So in the features area, when you go into your venue, you're going to see a couple of new areas down here. One is certificate, and the other one is hybrid and physical event supports. Turning on certificate and turning on badging and check-in and support. We'll go through those real quick. And then also there's a setting here for people, if you're doing a hybrid event and you have people who are on site and you don't want them to have the video streaming, but you want them to have all of the other features and engagement opportunities around the tool, then you can go ahead and turn that off and create an access group for on-site. And then those people won't be using up your bandwidth with the video stream. So only the remote audience will get that. So with those turned on, now my admin panel over here, it's going to change from certificates to certificates or badges. And I'll just be able to go ahead and jump into that. And this is the dashboard for creating either a new certificate or a new badge. And we'll do the certificates first, and then we'll come back to the badges. So you want to name it, and whatever the session name might be is usually a good way to do it. And then over here is where you're going to build your badge. And what you would typically do is upload a background. And in this case, it's going to be that certificate that you want to issue to people. So we'll go over to our media library and find our certificate. And then we'll go ahead and upload that. It should be right here. So now I've got my certificate, and I can go ahead and play around with the sizing, make sure it fits, it looks good. And then the other thing I might want to do with this is add a signature. So I'm going to add another image to this, and I'm going to go ahead and pull up my signature. and insert that. Now that's going to go here. And then everything else is a variable field. So now it's all text. So you can go in to the text area over here and you can add any of these variables. So it could be a session name or date, something like that. So we'll go ahead and add the date first. And we'll leave it at that size. We'll go ahead and create that. Now I have my date up here, and you can change the style of the date. That's in the essentials. But so now I have my date on there. I have my signature on there. And let's just put the person's name that we're going to issue this to. So we'll do first name and last name. And we'll see how that looks. And now I have my name. And if I want to make that bigger, I can just go over and make that bigger and place it where I want. I'll get rid of this other text box real quick here. All right. Now I have my certificate, so I can go ahead and save that. So now I've created my certificate, and now I can go in and I can generate certificates. This would be a new batch, and you name your batch. And then you're going to select the certificate that you want, and you can do things like filter by registration date or something like that. And then this is where you're going to tell it where that list is going to come from. And in this case, it would be via an access group that we're using. And I'll just go ahead and create one here. And then you can put your exclusions over here if you have any admins, speakers, etc. And then you can preview it. And actually, I'll do Maddie. And now it's going to create Maddie's certificate.
Wow.
I picked the wrong signature to put in here, but you want a transparent PDF.
Michael, this certificate, you could attach it to sessions. So could you have different certificates for different sessions?
Yeah, so you can have as many certificates as you need. So you could have your whole list of certificates here for every individual session that you were going to use the certificates for. And so then you would just generate each one of those as its own individual. So you can do it that way, and you can preview those, edit those, and then if you don't want to use them, don't want to make them available, you can go in and delete those.
Wow, I can really, just from the aspect that I utilized y'all's platform for, this would have been life changing because certificates is typically the biggest source of headaches for in-person, virtual, you name it, it's a source of headaches. I know there's a lot of different professions that attend events for the CEU aspect of it, that certificate, and being able to just generate that sort of automatically almost for your participants, it can relieve so much stress. I can foresee that.
You can also upload recipients as well. So if you're running another program, you can also use it for that too.
That's awesome. So what about badges? How are they different from certificates?
Okay, first of all, with badges, let's go ahead and create our badge. I'm going to generate a badge and we'll call it badge again. And this is where you're going to pick the size of the physical badge that you're going to use. In this case, we're going to do 4x3. And then you can add a background image to it. We're going to go ahead and do that. And think I have one ready to go here. Yeah. I'll go ahead and insert that and scale it to fit. So now I have my logo on here. Now I can go ahead and start to add different items here. I want to do, again, that first name, last name for the badge recipient. And I could do them as separate fields as well, and maybe make the first name bigger. Sometimes people like to do that. Then I'll go ahead and make this a little bit bigger here and take out that comma. And now I have my badge. And usually what I like to do, if somebody's got a long name, I'll just go ahead and drag that all the way over so it'll accommodate a larger, someone with a longer name. And then the next item I might want to put on there is my titles for those people, and position that where I want it. And again, I can drag that all the way over here. Someone's got a long title, and I make that a little bit bigger. And then I'm going to put my organization name here. And drag that to where I want it, and maybe resize this a little bit. Now, the next thing that people would want on here usually is a QR code. So I can go ahead and just generate a QR code and stick it on my badge wherever I want. And so this, now I can go ahead and create the badge. Now that QR code, we'll go back and take a look at it. That QR code is full of all sorts of information. So one, you can use this tool on site. So you can use that QR code to check people in. So if they have their device and they have an email with that barcode on it, they can come in and show the barcode. The organizer can scan it. They can check me in, and then they can generate my physical badge with that. You can also generate batches of badges as well if you want to have badges already printed, ready for people to pick up. Do that well as well. So people can just come in, scan, check in, and they're ready to go. So the other things that you can use that QR code for, though, is so you could use it for lead capture. The exhibitors, sponsors, when they check in their QR code, if they're a staff member at their booth, they'll get permissions via that QR code to scan other people into their booth, their leads for that particular event. You can also use it for access control. If you have certain sessions or workshops that only people who paid for it get access to, you can use it for that as well.
This, and again, another game-changing feature, I think, because registration is sometimes it can make or break your event, right? If you have a registration process that is taking too long because there's maybe not enough staff people to check in the amount of people coming, or things are getting lost somewhere, this is such an easy way to have things pre-set up and maybe move your line a little bit quicker.
Yeah, this is what they look like when they come out, and you can play around with the formatting. You just test it out and say, okay, some of these, it looks like maybe the name's too long in some cases, so we can make it a little bit smaller. But yeah, it's really easy to do. And you can also have your tags on, whether it's a speaker or an exhibitor or attendee, all of that can be on there, access control as well.
Also, I'm just thinking in terms of some events that I've done in the past, this seems to also provide additional sponsorship opportunities. If you're looking to have a variety of sponsor packages, this could be something where you could say, hey, this sponsor is our badge sponsor, and maybe they could get their special logo or something on it.
Yep. Lots of different opportunities. You can also have multiple different badges too. So if you're doing an event where you have, say, co-located events at the same venue, have separate badges for everybody.
That is awesome.
I appreciate you taking the time to take a look at it. And if anybody wants a demo or wants to try it out on their own, they should contact us at Engagez. My email's mdoyle@engagez.com, and be glad to set people up with it.
Absolutely. And we'll be sure to include Michael's information in our text. So you can always find it down below. So that way you can schedule a demo or chat with Michael about your own event strategy and how Engage's features can help you with that. Because we have so much more to offer that can really help your event. Engage's saved my life in 2020 and helped me have a truly one of a kind event that no one else had put out that year, at least within my space. And so I think this is really going to be a game changing aspect for so many of you guys.
All right. Thanks again, Maddie. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Michael.